A rugged landscape creating a buzz. Hubs of bee colonies spread throughout Ethiopia's northern highlands. As the land here is restored after years of deforestation, more locals are taking part in a tradition centuries old. And that means dealing with a bee species unlike any other. Dawn over the tiered hillsides of Tigray. Rocky landscapes and steep mountainsides punctuate this northern Ethiopian region. Tough terrain to both navigate and to live off of. Though barren in many areas, there is life here, plants and flowers thriving in high altitudes. But Tigray used to be much more green than this. It was a lush landscape. But the region has been degraded for decades, the result of deforestation and drought. But this parched earth is showing signs of life, with NGOs like the Relief Society of Tigray, or REST, completing reforestation projects.
You can see that part of this land is rehabilitated. We see lots of flowers and plants for bees. You can see lots of those things, including land that has been reclaimed. Forest coverage in the area has increased. The vegetation we get here are different from the one there. Tebeb, Sherikarni, Gerbia all grow in the highlands here.
And this is helping to sprout both new growth and new opportunities.
The landscape has changed dramatically. In the past, it was barren. It is now forested. There's so much change. That is why our life has gotten better. The drought of 1984 had negatively affected the forest we had. The cattle now have shade to rest, and the bees don't have to go far looking for flowers. In the past, the bees were almost gone.
Segahun is a beekeeper trained by REST. He's realized that bees have become good business, though he was wary at first.
In the beginning, we very much hated the modern beehive boxes. I, myself, never thought I would benefit from beekeeping. We are now convincing other people to adopt it. Since we have spread the beehive boxes out in different sites, we are able to harvest quite an amount of honey, and the forest is getting better. We are getting income. I was penniless before, but now I am able to own cattle.
It's a profession that's quickly become a passion for Segahun and his fellow beekeepers. When famine hit this region in the 1980s, it forced many to cut down trees here in an effort to simply make money. They sold the wood as fuel and charcoal. The environmental devastation kept many farmers out of work and off the land. But beekeeping has many returning, relying on vast revegetation efforts to support both bees and local livelihoods.
We are able to own goats and send our children to school because of beekeeping. So I am taking beekeeping really seriously. This is Shewa Kearney. Can you see the flower? The plant almost disappeared, but we reclaimed it through the reforestation project. And the honey that you get from here is very white.
The plant produces the region's famous white honey, considered a delicacy not just in Ethiopia, but around the world. It can only be harvested from high-altitude plants. And soil conservation projects are vital to protecting that plant species and keeping the beekeepers employed. But preserving the land is only the first step. Wild pollinators need greater protection, vital not just for the livelihood of these villagers, but for the food supply of millions.